29th of June 2011. Welcome to this morning's United Kingdom Talk. My name's Chris Reardon, and what a miserable day yesterday was, Tuesday. What a miserable old day. All clouded the entire day. Of course, I went swimming as usual first thing in the morning. I say first thing in the morning, usually about 10 o'clock in the morning. And it was clouded over. I thought, oh, it might rain, it might not. I better put the wet thing, you know, in the bag. Anyway, I got to the swimming pool, didn't rain. And then after my swim, I was advised by the pool boy, his name's Dom, that in the cafeteria area, he said, you've got to try one of their milkshakes. He said they make them all proper, not with like crushed ice. Have you ever gone somewhere and someone's made a milkshake with crushed ice? Oh, it's vile. Absolutely vile. No, they don't even use the powdered stuff. They use ice cream and that strawberry liquid stuff and milk. And it takes them a couple of minutes to make it. It is absolutely delicious. Strawberry milkshakes. That is the way to my heart, boys and girls. Not milkshakes from McDonald's. They're completely different. They are. I mean, is there anything natural in one of those other than the milk? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they're all right, but they're not my cup of tea. I mean, they're all right, but they're not proper milkshakes, are they? Proper milkshakes, ice cream, milk, and strawberry, whatever it is, liquid stuff. Stick it in there. Absolutely delicious. You must try one of those. Virgin Active in Wokingham. Yes, strawberry milkshakes. Anyway, so I come out of there, and I'm just getting on my bike, and it started little pitter-pattering rain. You know, just a little bit. Now I only had my high visibility vest thing on. I'd taken my t-shirt off and put that in the bag ready for washing because it smelt, you know, from last night while I was at work. And not that people at the place I work are smelly. Yeah, well, I suppose there's a few actually, isn't there? I mean, we mentioned that on the show before. It's nothing worse than someone coming up to you and asking for a request and they've got bad breath. Oh, isn't that vile? Have you ever had that? Well, you've had to take it, and they're completely oblivious to it. Have you never had to take a couple of steps back because someone's talking to you with really bad breath? But it's even worse when it's a member of your own family. And do you tell them? Do you tell them? I couldn't. I couldn't. I really, really couldn't. Mind you, I've been going round to my mate's house before, Ronnie's house before, and he sat there and said, "You smell." Just like that. How rude is he? I don't think I smell that bad. Anyway, so gets back on the bike. I don't know. I thought, oh, well, it's just starting to rain now. So I took off my high visibility jacket, which meant I was now topless, boys and girls. On the streets of Wokingham, I was topless. I still didn't get any attention. I don't know why that was. And so I've put on my waterproof thing. Of course, very foolish thing to do without any sort of cotton stuff underneath, because immediately all the whatever it's made out of, it's like plasticky stuff, it stuck to me straight away. And while I was cycling home, it kept sticking to me, so pretty vile. It was actually really pleasurable to remove it at the end of the journey once I got indoors. So there we are, that was my day yesterday. There's an email address, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. We've got a lovely long email here from Fag Ash Lil, who says, "Dear handsome," she says, "how much diet water have I had?" She drinks diet water. I'm not quite sure what that was or is. "I know I've been lax in as in laxatives. Well, you don't want to take too many of those, Fag Ash, not at your age, dear. It'll all come pouring out." "I know I've been lax in mailing you, but it was great hearing and seeing you back where you belong." Well, on the box. "Best wishes to you and your family on all the weddings." Yes, it was fantastic. She says, "Do you do a good deal on divorce parties for your DJing?" No, it's the same price as the weddings, I'm afraid. I'm actually considering doing weddings and birthdays again. "I had so many things I wanted to say about your earlier shows, but unfortunately, when it came to putting them in print, I was blockaded by the squirrels." Oh, don't lie to me. She says, "All I could picture was this little family of squirrels mammy squirrel and 3 baby squirrels wandering along your fence, each holding a bag of nuts, looking back fondly at the place they had called home. You mean my loft? They ain't getting back in there, my love. They are not getting back in there, and they're not. Actually, I don't think it's anything to do with the squirrels. I reckon, Fag Ash Lil, at your age, you haven't sent me any emails because you've forgotten due to the Alzheimer's that appears to be setting in now, my love. Is that right? Don't worry, Fag Ash. There are special homes that can look at their nice places. They are. Don't believe all those stories on the news. There are lovely homes that can look after you, Lil. Don't worry, darling. Daddy Squirrel, she continues, had obviously gone along to their new home earlier with a little squirrel cart containing all the things they had nicked from your loft. You could be right. All those poor things I do would have probably haven't got anywhere to live now because they're dead. I think most of them are dead now. Lil says, I blame Ron for my resurgence. Well, you know what it's like in life. Things go badly, and I always say it's all gone wrong. But I have been told that the correct term is wrong, not Ron, wrong. Anyway, tell him to sod off. The only reason he's complaining is that when you're recording, is that you are recording when he calls. It must be his fault for calling you at the wrong times rather than yours for doing too many shows. We need more Chris Reardon in our lives. Are you sure? Do you want more Chris Reardon in your lives? I mean, how about a couple of photographs? What if I started doing big posters? You know, like those posters that teenagers have in their bedroom of pop stars and footballers and things like that. Huh? Is that what you want? Ladies, if you have teenage boys, okay, if you have teenage boys residing with you, i.e. sons or nephews or whatever, a good way to tell what he's thinking about is the posters on the wall. Are there big pictures of Beyonce, perhaps, and I don't know, who else? Beyonce and, you know, all those female top pop stars, or are there naked topless men up there? It may give you an indication into which way they're going, okay? I don't think I had any posters up on my wall at all. My sister did. She had, she was a great fan then. Of course, we're going back here many years of Gary Glitter, before all the business of all the stuff in Thailand, that dreadful stuff that he was getting up to there. She was in love with Gary Glitter posters. She had the albums and all that business. You did mention something in a wedding show about sleeping in a single bed and how you prefer to sleep in a double. Well, that's what I've got. You see, I've got a double bed. It's horrible even on my own. I'm in a double bed. It's horrible going into a single bed after you've been in a double one. Lil says, I think the hotels in America offer at least queen-size beds for a reason. Not entirely sure, but I think that reason may be that they consider them to be single-sized. Ain't going to diss the Americans, but it has to make you think. Triple burger and fries, anyone? Let me tell you, I don't think you're being cruel at all. You've only got to walk down the streets of New York. I was there about 10 years ago. There's some big people there. But let me tell you, there's some big people here as well. Have you ever walked along near your local shopping centre where you are? I know you got the big Tesco's in Hove, haven't you, where you are? I've been in a few times when I was going out with someone in Brighton. And you just walk through there. There are some very, very big people. Very big. And I don't know if it's me, but it seems to be the ladies that are bigger. Really big. I mean, dangerously big for their health. You know, diabetes and all the rest of it. If you ever wanted an excuse to lose weight, diabetes is one of them. You know, you really don't want diabetes. Sticking those needles into you, oh, no thank you. She says, anyway, quit your whinging. I am currently sharing a single bed, 3 foot by 6 foot approximately, with a laptop, empty fag and backy packets, empty beer cans, and up to 3 cats. And I manage to sleep, though granted, sometimes I do have to sleep cross-legged to fit us all in. I'm starting to suffer leg pains when I try and move. Could that be the cause of your problems? Too many in the bed at the same time? I wish. I mean, I've seen some of those films. Oh, no, it doesn't matter. We can't even go there. Wearing women's clothes, Fag Ash Lil says, and she is a woman, I think she is weird, and no one should be forced into them. They are mostly uncomfortable and impractical, but each to their own, I say, and not for me. I'm afraid we don't do the women's clothes thing. Only do as many shows as make you happy. Ignore the rest of us, poor souls, who hang on your every word. Does that make you a hangman? Oh, I couldn't do that job. Could you, hangman? I was watching the programme, one of my favourite programmes at the moment, 4 Rooms on Channel 4, and a hangman's noose is one of the items that someone was trying to sell. Yes, and it had been used. Not very pleasant. If so, I'm going to... She says, does that make you a hangman? If so, I'm going to pick the letter E. Letter E. Now, what could that stand for? E for egg? E for egg? I don't know. Stay happy, stay happy. Loads of love from Lil. And thank you, Lil, for sending that in. And that's the entire show with your email, my darling. Thanks so much for watching and listening. On tomorrow's show, we've got a little video sent in by Nick the Cabbie, OK? That's coming up, and starring also Betsy, the cab. That's in tomorrow's show. Thanks for watching and listening. Do join in by email. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. See you next show. Bye-bye.